episode 13. So we're going to return to the original format, although it's only going to be one question. Should be a fairly short video. First of all, a bit of thank you mail, which is lovely. Just to share. This is from Hamish, who will also be answering a question for... Hi Mark, this isn't really a question, more of a thank you for your advice you gave me in your Iron Monolouges video regarding my rotator cuff issue. I have exited Mon mode, excellent idea, and I'm now raping my back twice a week, and I've already seen a difference in the size of my back, and more importantly, my shoulder is no longer painful. Slowly beginning to add in more sets and exercises to my present sessions over the next few weeks. Once again, really informative and generally an awesome channel. Latest video was really interesting, enjoyed it immensely. Thanks again, Hamish. Thank you very much, Hamish. Really do appreciate feedback, and it does help. It makes it worthwhile, especially if it can help people, which is what I'm here to do. Anyway, to his question. My form has begun to deteriorate recently for no obvious reason on my squat. My knees are caving inwards, the weight feels so much heavier, and my torso was falling forward at the sticking point, just above parallel, and turning it more into a good morning. Yet a month ago this wasn't a problem. How would you suggest going around sorting out my squat form? This pertains to a larger problem, a problem I certainly suffered from the last 2 or 3 years. I would come across the same phenomenon, as in my form would break down inexplicably from squats. And I would try all kinds of things. I would try glute exercises, lunges, you name it, I had a go at it. And I can tell you from experience, it's nothing to do with you having a tight whatever or a weak whatever. If you squatted with good form before and now it's broke down, it's because you're pushing it too hard or you're not getting enough recovery from your sessions, and that's caused something to break down. It might be a slight knee issue, it might be a slight groin issue, it might be something in the kinetic chain that all of a sudden isn't up to holding the positions that you're used to holding through a squat. That means effectively you needed to back off, and the title for this is going to be knowing when to back off for a period and take it easy. So there's 3 times that you need to be aware of, and when you might need to take a step back, go to easier weights, or take some time off. Number 1 reason is when your form breaks down for no reason. If your form breaks down for no reason, as in you know what you're doing, you're consistently a good lifter, and your form's good, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, something like a squat or a bench or a deadlift, your form breaks down. Like on a bench, maybe your shoulder sinks, or on a squat, maybe your left knee caves in, and as a result, you're all over the place. This is normally the first warning signs of some kind of underlying problem in a joint or a tendon or something like that. So that's when you need to strip the weight back. What I do is maybe take a week off squat. This probably directly affects you, Hamish. Maybe take a week off squat and then start a program. Something like talk about a lot. Russian Squat Masters is a really good program. Maybe do like 95% version, or do a beltless version of Russian Squat Masters twice a week. And that should help tighten up your form and make it less of an issue. Number 2 reasons, or number 2 scenario when you might want to take some time off or take a back off period, is when your workouts are consistently terrible. This is normally a sign that you're either not eating enough, not sleeping enough, or that your intensity is too high in the gym all the time. So again, you need to take some rest periods. So a week's enough normally. Don't really see why you need much of a week, or maybe restart your program lighter, and then build into heavier weights. Take a few weeks to get into it. Don't just go straight into heavy workouts. And number 3, when you might need to take a period of lighter training or take a break, is when your workouts are inconsistent, as in you have good workouts, you have bad workouts. Some people would say that was just part and parcel of training. Maybe the case if you cross train, so like weight training is complementary to what you do. So if you play soccer, football, you play rugby, and weight training is just an accessory, then yes, you want to have good and bad sessions because you're performing a much larger volume of work. However, if you're just a lifter, recreational, powerlifter, weightlifter, whatever that might be, like, and you're not performing a huge volume, as in you're not doing 12 sessions a week, and you're not going to huge intensities, or maybe you are going to huge intensities, that's why you're in consistent sessions, then you maybe need to look at your programming if you consistently get good and bad workouts. and it's not for a reason. So, like, you have the flu, so you had a bad workout, or you vomited before you started going to the gym, you had a bad workout. Unless there's like an obvious reason why your workouts are up and down, then you maybe need to take some time off, or take it easy. Just to add on just a little general note, good programs for natural lifters start easy and get hard as you go. So they might start with a period of high volume that lead into intensity, or typically they'll start off with higher volume leading into higher intensities. So high volume, lower intensity, and then over a period of time. So that's called an accumulation phase. That's when you accrue fitness via volume of effort. So you do sets of 10, 4 sets of 10, something like that, at lower intensities. And then as the program progresses, your volume drops and your intensity goes up. So if you're working 70% of your RM for 4 sets of 10 on the first week, by week 10 maybe you're doing 3 sets of 3 at 90% of your RM. Something like that. And then at the end of it, you should result in increased fitness, which is more strength. If you're natural and you start heavy, you're setting yourself up to fail. You don't have the same mechanisms as someone has that's using PEDs or performance enhancing drugs. Something like West Side or something where you're just going to maximum intensity every day, or you're just going to a maximum one, add 10 kilos another single. That works if you have some kind of ergogenic aid like steroids to help you along, because you'll accrue your adaptation via that compound, will result in an increase of fitness. As a natural, which the majority of people are, you don't accrue the same fitness the same way they do. You need to accrue fitness through training. So something like West Side, if you're a natural and you're unequipped, is a terrible program. However, West Side, if you're on drugs and if you compete equipped, is an amazing program. It's different strokes for different folks. No program, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad program, just might not be the best way to achieve your goals. Okay, I hope that answered your question, Hamish. Again, really appreciate the positive feedback. It does mean a lot. Okay, that concludes this episode. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.